Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a technician here at Union Lake Veterinary Hospital. This is my dog Luna. We're going to talk to you today about ticks and how to protect your pets from tick-borne diseases. Ticks are external parasites that live off the blood of other animals. They are typically brown or gray, round in shape, and can vary widely in size, from a couple millimeters to about the size of a navy bean. When ticks latch onto other animals, like our dogs, they feed off their blood supply and can transmit a number of harmful and even fatal diseases in the process. This is why it is critical that we do everything we can to prevent them. The best way to prevent ticks is by administering preventative medication year-round as directed by your veterinarian. These medications, which are available in both oral and topical doses, are proven to kill the vast majority of ticks that come in contact with your dog. However, even if your dog is regularly medicated, there is still a chance a tick will someday latch onto them. This is especially true in warmer months when your dog is likely to spend more time outdoors. Because of this risk, it is important that we check our dogs regularly. When you're examining your dog for ticks, it's especially important to move slowly and examine the entire body thoroughly. There are several specific places where ticks like to congregate, and we'll talk about each one of those. I always start at the head, and the first thing I'm going to look at are the ears. I want to make sure there's no ticks themselves on the ear flaps, and then I'm going to feel behind the ears and make sure I don't notice any lumps or bumps that shouldn't be there. Ticks like to congregate in places that are hard to reach, so I'm going to check underneath her collar to make sure that there's nothing there that shouldn't be. I'll also look at her muzzle, make sure there's no ticks attached there, and that there's nothing under her chin. I'm going to run my hands down her chest, check her armpits. Again, another place that's not easily reachable that ticks like to hide. They also like to hide between the toes, so I'm going to check each of those. I'll run my hand along her belly. I don't feel anything unusual so far. I'm going to check her groin area. Part the hair where I can, make sure there's nothing unusual. Ticks like to hide at the base of tails, so I'm going to check underneath her tail as well as right on top. Lastly, I'm just going to kind of do a once over on her sides, her back, and her belly. I'm going to be moving the hair against the grain with my hand. That's going to kind of allow me to look straight down the hair shaft and to the skin itself. Make sure I don't see anything unusual. Luna looks great. So as you can see, it's pretty easy, and Luna feels like she gets a massage out of the deal, so that's all there is to it. Okay, so we didn't find any ticks on Luna, but you may not have been so lucky at home. If you did find a tick on your pet, there's 3 things you're going to need to remove that tick. Firstly, you're going to need a pair of gloves. You want to make sure you don't come into contact with that tick. Secondly, you're going to need a tick key. These are available online or from select pet retailers. If you don't have a tick key, you can use tweezers, but take care not to leave any part of the tick still embedded in your pet. Thirdly, you'll need a container full of rubbing alcohol. You can place the tick in here after you've removed it, and the rubbing alcohol will kill the tick. Be sure to keep the tick for identification. Your veterinarian may be able to tell you what species it is and what diseases it carries. So now that you have everything you need, you can take your tick key and place it on your pet. The narrow portion of the key will face towards the head of the tick, and the wide portion will encompass the body. As you pull backwards, it will release the mouth parts from your pet. We hope you found these tips helpful. Ticks and tick-borne diseases should be taken seriously. If you do find a tick on your pet, we would recommend contacting your veterinarian so they can advise you further on how to proceed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.